Hey, good morning, traders. What's up? It's Ronan here, and we're gonna go over we're gonna trade NFP live today. And so it's about 32 minutes until the numbers drop. And so right now I'm just getting everything ready, getting everything set up, making my game plan, having my coffee. Super important before NFP that you have a game plan. So the numbers have been super good for the United States, like I guess in the past 3 months in a row off the top of my head. And last month the numbers were huge, a huge hit. So the numbers aren't projected to be as big this week. But so what I'm doing is first of all, I'm kind of sharing my thoughts with my VIP group of what my game plan is, and what I just shared with them is if the data is weak for the dollar, and we see a bit of a turnaround because dollar's been pretty strong, undeniably strong. So we have dollar Swiss looks like we're right up here against this resistance. So we get some strong numbers here. I'm gonna be looking to trade this breakout to the upside. We get some bad data. I think retesting of the support seems pretty probable, but you never know. I mean, it's NFP. Sometimes the market's already decided where it wants to go. So, but this is my game plan. So dollar Swiss. I'm also looking at UJ. Pretty similar situation here. Now we're in this zone right here, supply zone, also known as resistance. But we're really peeking our head above this trend line here. So looking at a breakout big time. So we'll see if it breaks out here. If not, it's already started to. So if not, we could have a bit of a false breakout here, which would most likely lead to a breakdown. So I'm going to be a seller here on UJ. This is if the data is weak. Euro USD, I've been talking about it all week. We've been trying, and we're trying to break out. Here we have a, clear, what looks like a reversal trying to start. So we'll see if this holds. So if we get some weak numbers, it's going to be looking to buy Euro USD. These are different scenarios. I'm not going to do all these trades. I'm going to kind of go through and see how they look. And Aussie looks very similar. This looks like it's really good setup. Out of the two, I would actually probably look at buying the Aussie between Euro and between Euro and the Aussie. I'm but I like trading the risk off pairs. I really like trading the yen. Swiss franc not as much, but now, so if the data is good, I think UJ up to 110. Gonna trade this breakout. I'm gonna trade this breakout on UJ. Same on dollar Swiss. What I just showed you, so it would be us in the opposite direction. Look, we're trying to break out right now. Let's take a look at where we are in cable. So I think this would be a good one to play the downside, especially if we get a bit of a reversal here if we get some good data, if we're looking for the dollar. I think cable could. Damn, this thing has rallied so hard. Maybe we could play down to that blue line for support. And I think we're in the middle of a bit of a pretty big turnaround for gold. We have this big rejection candle that's at the 61.8. So big downside target would be 1480. But I'm looking at 1515. So if we get some strong numbers for the dollar, then going to be looking to sell gold here. And that's my game plan. So I'm going to pause this, and I have a few different market update people that I follow and squawk boxes where people are talking about the market. So I'm going to tune in there, see what they have to say, and I'm going to check in with my VIP group. And they've been going all night, because we're all over the world. It's amazing. And shout out to all you all that are in there, especially the ones that are super active, man. Y'all are killing it. So, all right, let's crush it. I'm ready for this week to be over. It's been a wild one with all the news with Iran, and I'll see you right before the data release.
Wouldn't expect a very
hey,
good
what's
number
up, everybody?
this month
So
as well, but making predictions, especially in something that we know is so volatile, and we know that it can even be reassessed. We know that we're going to have a correction to whatever number we get today, and sometimes those are like big.
Going to be watching gold.
So we don't even know if we can celebrate
really want to see this level.
Or a cry over a bad, celebrate a good number or cry over a bad number. But it is what it is. The market's going to react to what we get today, irrespective of how reliable it is. So, I would also favor something that would be weak, because indeed it has the potential of creating more volatility. Now having to do with the dollar, I'm
typically listen to Forex
this
Analytics webinar in the morning.
9770, 9775. So we're very near resistance. That
and
would also
on gold
go
here,
well.
I mean, look how
with getting a weak number.
Something in my memory, 9780 sounds real familiar. That it was critical before the time.
Yeah, it has been multiple times for resistance. Yeah. Also, there we go. So 145 average hourly earnings, quite weak, Stelio.
Yes.
A lot weaker than expected.
So pretty weak data here.
So I'm guessing
check manufacturing
gold here. Still,
well, revision was higher, so I think that's probably a non-event. Revision on non-farm payrolls from last month slightly lower as well.
Canadian employment, stronger Canadian unemployment rate went down by 0.2.
Participation rate went down by 0.2 as well, though, for Canada. So that kind of explains
not much has happened. Let's see what the market does with this data.
Okay. Metals are coming back. Dollar is
dollar
is a bit.
The dollar against the Canadian
definitely going to go in on
definitely is taking a hit here, and no coincidence. I was talking yesterday about this channel potentially acting in this case as a resistance after retesting it. So it was a good risk reward opportunity. And as you see, we poked above this channel, but didn't manage to close above it, both yesterday and today. And now we might be getting ejected from it. Anyhow, from a risk reward perspective, it was an interesting play.
USD yen didn't take the stops out yet.
Yeah, the DXY, as you see, getting rejected from the bottom of this horizontal resistance area. So so far so good. If you wanted to be short against that,
dollar CAD
Euro USD is rebounding once again from the 110.80 area. Same deal here with 130 acting as support for the cable.
Trying to think and do all this. Usually it's like nice and quiet. We're doing all this at the same time. So there's our dollar yen trade.
The Oz is rebounding so far after retesting these broken channels, trend line resistance as support. So let's see what the metals are doing. There it is. Gold holding this 1550 area, silver holding this 1770, 1780 area. So let's see if we can get some follow through. So far, the dollar is weakening, and several pairs are rebounding against it from important areas. Now, having to do with risk. The S&P is currently testing the 127% extension of this latest pullback that we had, the one that started at the very beginning of the year.
This looks good.
And bottomed out with the Iranian news that night when we had like a -2% overnight price action. So we are at the 127% extension. Let's see if we can stall here. If not, we have a very nice confluence of 161.8% extensions. One is the short-term pullback that I was just talking about, and the other one is the long-term pullback, the one that we had in September of 2018 until the end of the year of 2018. That's the 161.8 confluencing with the short-term pullback, both of them roughly at 33.17. So, that's the next area of resistance, which is not that far away anymore.
All right, like so we had weak NFP numbers out of the U.S., but out of Canada, we had strong employment numbers. So I think this is going to be a good play as well.
So this market is overdone in the short term, there's no question, but that doesn't mean that it's going to reverse today. From a risk reward perspective, though, against that confluence at 161.8, it looks like a decent possibility to play a pullback. The VIX, keep in mind, is still diverging. I mean, we keep hitting new highs. The VIX is
so this looks like a good place. It's really good. You want to kind of survey, see how these pairs are going to react in relation to the data.
And as you see, that's a higher level than even the
resources that you have here. So you see the employment numbers.
The market is
better, slightly better for the CAD.
Well, there's no question about it. Yesterday's DSI, by the way, let me pull it up. Yesterday's DSI is, you can see it here, 90, both for the Nasdaq and the S&P, and having to do with volatility index. The DXY there is at
that's a look
7.
On Canadian.
So like that's a very, very, very low number. So anything that's above 90 or 90 and above or below 10 is an extreme number.
Let's take a look at our dollar yen trade.
From this perspective, from the DSI perspective,
dollar,
things are very, very
it's not giving up any ground, that's for sure.
We know that the same applies, of course, for any kind of momentum indicators.
A lot of times the data comes out, and even though
and we still have some other side divergences as well.
Complete kind of turnaround.
The daily and above, you see plenty of divergences. Here is the other side divergence. The daily.
Not much, but Aussie's getting a nice lift here.
Diverging on the weekly, you can see that this, during that high, we were at 91, 92, and we're currently at like 80. So, there is a big RSI divergence also on the weekly, and, the same deal applies to the monthly. So far, the move higher has been, in essence, a one-way street. I mean, since the end of September and the low that we had at the end of September, we've had a rally that's moved the needle by, what is it now, like 15%. So we're 15% higher since the very, very end of September. So, too far, too fast. And another thing that I always pay attention to is this.
So a lot of times it takes about 15 minutes for the market to really digest the data.
Every time we've gone above the 100%
Euro USD,
extension, and this is going to be the second time only in all those years of this bull trend that we're going to be touching the 200% extension. We've seen sharp pullbacks last time, the only time actually in this run that we tested the 200% extension was at the very beginning of 2018, when we had that euphoria, that euphoria move, before we corrected lower, and this is going to be the second time. So it makes no sense to be long anymore in the short term, right? I mean, you want to be bullish, you would still be taking like a very, very bad position by being long here. If you were bullish,
what would you, as Steve, excuse me, what would you need to add to a short position?
Oh, I only have.
I know you already have some. What would you need to add?
Either a test of the 3317 confluence of resistances.
Okay.
That's where I'm adding. Or
so far,
alternatively,
boring.
I want to see a
compared
breakdown
to all the news, all the data that's happened this week,
some
Iran,
momentum, and especially 3,200.
Next week we also have the
3,200 huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will be looking for a deeper pullback. Now,
can I just address the community for a second? I see a lot of questions like this,
absolutely.
Steve. Okay, I see a lot of questions. Dale, are you still short this? Are you still long this? Blake, are you still short? Are you long? You know what? First of all, I used to be concerned a lot, what's everyone else doing? Now I just have enough trouble keeping track of what I'm doing. Okay, focus on what you're doing. And the other thing is, if it's important enough for you to know these things, what I talked about earlier, don't you think it's worth $100 or so to pick Blake's brain 20 days a week in members chat? And then you can.
All right, so that's enough of that. And let's get back to our trade. So gold's coming off pretty well. And UJ's still not wanting to move. EU still holding the line here. So now just to see how the market digests this data for sure. Also some trades that we're in, we're buying Euro Swiss down here. We've been holding this trade for a while. We're about to hit our take profit on one of the signal trades. And yeah, let's see. Oh, also I'd like to talk about crude oil. You can see we had this massive rejection right here, and now we're retesting the backside of this trend line. So I actually just put a buy here. I'm gonna let the group know. Putting a stop at 59. Goes backwards. And gold looks like we could sell off here. A lot of times this happens for NFP. And numbers come out one way, and then the market's like, oh, weak dollar data. Let's buy dollars. And that happens all the time. All right, and sorry, I hope you didn't quit watching there at that point. But this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when it's happening. This is how it goes down. I don't see. I might pause this video, give you guys an update. Got my oil trades in there. There's our euro, still doing about the same thing, camped out. UJ, a little rejection here, look, a little rejection. So we'll see what happens there. And then let's take a look at our dollar CAD trade. Gold coming down, coming off. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to pause this, guys. All right, we got a market update here. Here's dollar CAD. We're about to hit our take profit markers. Let's take a look at UJ's not giving it up, but look, we're in this huge zone right here, and this is a make or break point. So next week we have U.S.-China trade deal supposedly getting signed, phase 1. So it's super bullish for the market if it's not already priced in, and we'll probably see UJ rally to new highs then anyways. So I think the market's we still have a lot of risk on appetite. Let's take a look at the S&P on that. Not much happening, coming off a little bit. So there it goes. I'm going to be looking to buy it. If we get a dip here, definitely buying it on S&P 500. Here comes a dollar CAD trade. So close to making a move here. And so for gold, what I'm looking at is if we get, so this is how I'm looking at, let's see, we have a little breakout here. Hourly candle's about to close in 11 minutes. So what I'm looking at is if we if we close back below this this trend line here, man, I would say we start to accelerate towards the downside because we had those, you know, kind of weak numbers, and maybe the market kind of ignores it because, you know, you never know with NFP. Let me put it that way. So we had this spike here from the numbers from this hourly candle, and, you know, if we close back below it, that would mean to me that we're not really following through here, and that's going to be a good signal for some downside on gold. We'll probably send a signal out to the group as well. I'm going to be a seller around here at 1549 if we get there. So keep you updated. All right, everybody. All right. So talking to Yasser from the group. He's one of my good buddies, and he's been with me in the group for a long time, mentoring him, and gold is coming down hard. And so we really need, I'd send a signal out. We hit 1548 in gold. And let's take a look at our other trades. UJ, God, UJ can be such a pain in the ass sometimes, man. It's good when it's good, but when it's bad, it can really suck. And it's really not wanting to cooperate with us. Let's look at dollar CAD here. But I really like gold to the downside. I think it's about to start selling off. So I'm going to make an announcement to my group, but I do want to see this to show you all where we're at in our trades. And so there's dollar CAD. And let's take a look back. I'm going to focus on gold here because I think this is going to be a good opportunity. Oh, Tiago. So sorry, I'm recording this as well, but so innocent about NFP, man. A lot of times, so many times, I've seen the data will be negative and the dollar will strengthen. It's crazy, man. So I really think that if you look at this wick on gold right here, that's quite a rejection. So I think gold is about to maybe pick up some steam, and selling to the downside here on gold is going to be a good play. So this is what I'm going for. UJ holding strong here. I don't know. It's frustrating. I think dollar CAD looks good though, because we had some pretty positive, not like shockingly positive data out of Canada, but good numbers. So yeah. But I do like gold here below 1550. Oh, Tiago. So, sorry. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I know this isn't the most engaging video because I'm doing like 6 things at once right now, but that's how it is on the NFP day. Also going back and forth on WhatsApp. Using WhatsApp on my phone. So I've got multiple things going on right now. And here's my buddy Yasser. So yeah, but what I was just talking about, this wick right there on gold. Looks like a great play. Let's see where we are. So we'll update you. We'll keep you updated. This video, you probably don't want it to be forever, but this is how I'm doing. So gold is related to UJ big time. So I can really see what UJ is doing. Like, I can look here, be like, dude, UJ's not giving up any ground. And so you can see how correlated we are. You can see this wick on dollar yen. Oh, Tiago. So sorry, I'm. This keeps going on. You can see how correlated dollar yen is to gold, because there's our sell position, and here is gold here. You can see we have that big old wick right there, and here we go with some selling pressure. So I knew it'd pick up one way or the other. Dollar. I'm going to send out an update to the group. So I hope you're enjoying this video. Now, this was the line in the sand here, and so we got some bigger positions coming through. Here's the line in the sand. We break this and break this 1545 level, and we got some pretty smooth, what's called clean traffic area right here, right? So we don't have much resistance holding us up until this 1550 level, 1515 level. So, all right, everybody, I will keep you updated. All right, everybody, it's like 9 a.m., so hour and a half after NFP happened. Still not much movement on UJ, so I'm going to wrap this video up. But you can see we're still right on the cusp of this trend line. And, you know, a lot of times NFP just doesn't follow through like it does, and other times it's just out of control. So there's UJ. This is what we're looking at. Still looking good. You know, I think dollar Swiss might be a good trade here. Looks like we're starting to get a little movement on USD CHF. All right, one last update here. Here we are on gold. It's trying to make some moves higher, but we're at some massive resistance here, which this resistance level is, I feel pretty good about it, because it's right where we gapped above, where the gap was right here. So I'm feeling good about, you know, us being in a correction for gold. I am overall bullish here, but I think we'll get a move lower and then a push back higher. I'll run back up to 1650, probably at the same time that, you know, the Fed, when they lower rates, which, you know, they probably do again this year. So there's gold. Let's give us an update on UJ. Nothing, man, nothing. But we're still capped off by this big demand zone and this big resistance level. So just sent a signal on dollar Swiss that I feel pretty good about. I opened this video talking about dollar Swiss, and, you know, we just, out of all these pairs, seeing the biggest rejection here on the Swissy. So that's what I'm looking at there. And there is USD CHF, and then dollar CAD. Dollar CAD's been a little surprising that we're not seeing a little more downside. So we got a little bounce up here. I thought we were going to continue our downside momentum, but hadn't happened. And if we zoom out to the daily here, we're still on the backside of this trend line. And you can see we got a nice rejection yesterday from that. So dollar CAD to the short side, I think we're going to see this take off when we see oil take off here. And we're still just camped out on the backside of this trend line here for oil. So I still like this setup as well. So that's what my trading morning looks like. When I'm sending signals, I'm plugged into the market, It's NFP. There's a lot going on. I know this video is a little all over the place, but I hope it gave you a little bit of a window into what my trading morning is like. So I'm going to get back. Hopefully we see some more volatility in this net for the day, but it could be. So I'm going to go get a workout in. I'm going to hit the Stairmaster. So yeah, thanks everybody. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the VIP chat room. Please give this video a thumbs up. I hope you like it, and there'll be some more live trading videos like this in the future. So all right, everybody, see you in the chat room. And if you're not in there, click the links below and hop in. All right, peace.